All right, Mr. H with you here. We are getting ready for our quiz here, our first quiz in our rational expressions unit. I have jumped into the Delta Math assignment for the review here. Now I'm going to tell you, for some of you thinking, or maybe you've looked at it already and go, hey, my question doesn't look the same as yours. On the review this time, I have a couple of questions that are singletons, which mean I specifically gave them to everybody. Otherwise, I've got you with a little bit of differences with things. So you're going to see some questions that are similar to what you have, but they may be a little bit different. So it's kind of an advantage because you're getting to see some more question types this way when you're working through some of yours own as well. So just kind of work with me here a little bit. We'll see. Okay, simplify the following expression completely. All right, first thing I need to make mention of here, as I jot this down, is do not be the person that cancels out the x squareds. Why not? There are pluses and minuses. Those are bonded. The only way we can unbind these is by factoring them. That's right. So we know the deal. You're like, my gosh, Hardy, does this ever go away? It's like that pest that just bugs you and bugs you and bugs you. No, I know. And you can't even swat it. There's not like spray or anything for it. You just got to do what you got to do. So, all right. Multiply to a negative, one of each sign. Okay. Sign in the middle is plus, means our bigger number is going to be plus. So two numbers that multiply to 7 that are 6 apart. Well, there's only two numbers that multiply to 7 anyway. They're whole, 7 and 1. So 7 and 1. Come down here. Everything's positive. We like that. Multiplies to 21 and adds to 10. 21, 7 and 3. 7 and 3. Now you get to do the fun part. Zap the parentheses to the same, and the answer you have left is the answer. So let's see here. So we have got all sorts of things that are in my way here. All right, let's do parenthesis x minus 1 divided by parenthesis x plus 3. Make sure I put my signs right. Feeling good? All right. Yeah, buddy. All right. Let's do another simplifying rational here. Again, mine looks different than yours because I'm in teacher mode here, but it's going to be the same types of problems that you've got. So, all right, simplify the oh, dear. Okay, let's see what we got here. You're like, Hardy, this looks different than some of the things we've seen. It works the same way, though. Okay. Are there things that are factorable? Well, yeah. The numerator is factorable. Okay. When we're trying to figure out factors, greatest common factor, do they have anything in common? Yeah, okay. Biggest coefficient, biggest number that they have in common that can divide into both. 2, okay. Smallest exponent, x to the third. Now we take it piece by piece. I already got the 2. I got 3 x's, I need 4. I need 1 more. Here, 2 times what gets me to negative 10? Negative 5. And I already got all 3 of the x's. Down below, don't need a thing. So now, am I done? No. Now, I notice I have one set of parentheses. I don't see another x minus 5 anywhere. Okay, so that's off limits. I can't cancel that. But whatever's left, there's no plus or minus bonds. The bonds are real weak. We can do whatever we want. So I look here and I go, okay, 2 over 6. Don't think 6 divided by 2. Okay, they're each divisible by 2. But what else could you do? Oh my, try to get that where it doesn't be so bright. We don't do decimals. Math, enter. 1 over 3. Divide each by 2. 1 over 3. Exponent rules. Subtract. 3 minus 1 is 2. The bigger exponent is up top. So now me personally, I'm going to test something here. You don't need the 1. It's just x squared over 3. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll put the 1 with it and see if I get in trouble. So 1x squared divided by 3. All right, let's see if we get in trouble for putting the 1. Are you for real? Hardy, what did you do? Oh, I see. Oh, you should be laughing at me because I should be laughing at me right now. I covered that up so I wouldn't cancel, and then I forgot to even write it as part of my answer. Well, poo. I bet you it would have taken the one, though. Oh, man. Well, that's all right. I did everything right. I just got to pay attention to things like that. Okay. Multiplying and dividing rationals. I'm trying to get over the fact that I just did that. Okay, I'm going to try to not cover those up next time so I don't get in trouble. All right, let's see here. X squared minus 36. And to answer your question, if you may be thinking it already, is the quiz going to be, as long as the review is? No, I always make the reviews longer just so you get multiple chances to see how these problems work and to work some things out. So, okay, now we're going to go back into factoring mode. Again, if you have your help sheets with this, it can be helpful. Because again, I look at this and I'm like, ooh, difference of squares. Okay, so x 6. Let me do some things with colors here so it's a little easier to see. A plus b, a minus b. Okay, what do I square to get each piece? Denominator looks like a classic factoring problem. X. Multiply numbers negative, one of each sign. You notice as we do this more, it just becomes more and more natural. It's like playing an instrument. It's like driving a car. It's like doing anything. The more you do it, the more comfort you're going to feel. Now here I got to think a little bit. I'm like, okay, bigger numbers negative. Multiplies to 6, they're 5 apart. Now you're like 3 and 2, not add. How far apart are they when the signs are different? 6 and 1. Negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. Okay. And we keep working our way through here. Anything in common? Yep, 3. I already got the 3, I just need the x. Don't do the I already got the 3, so I need nothing, and leave that. You always need something. 3 times what is 3? 1. And then I get off easy down here because there's nothing I have to do. Okay, so what do we got rolling here? What can I cancel? Do I see any sets of parentheses that are identical? I do. Numerator, denominator, diagonally. Okay, let's see what we got left here. 3x plus 6 over 9x squared. Okay, I'm not going to make that mistake like I did on the last one. This is still here, but I'm not going to cancel it. Can I reduce anything here? I can. 3 goes into each of these. 3 goes into 3 once. We're going to test this out again. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Do not try to cancel these. This is in parentheses. This isn't. Okay, here we go again. I wouldn't put the 1 in normally, but again, I'm testing this out for some of you that like to see that because you feel more comfortable with it visually. 3x, wait a minute. Okay, here goes nothing again. Okay, they don't mind that we put the 1 there. Okay, have the 1, don't have the 1, we're good. All right, awesome. Okay, wait a minute. I don't want more multiplying right now. I was hoping for dividing. Well, guess what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm getting dividing one way or another. Oh, it says multiply. Well, why doesn't it say divide? Hang on a moment. Oh, okay, that's good. Nope, I'll take it. Okay, if you get a division problem, because you can get both, as you can see in here, it says multiplying and dividing rationals. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get this jotted down. Now, if I'm doing this on a piece of paper separately, and I don't really see how you can do these without having a piece of paper separately, remember, what does division do? Division flips the fraction after the division sign and turns it into multiply. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, okay? She's like, Hardy, did you screw something up? No. The division, flip the fraction, turn it into multiply. And at this point, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start working through my stuff. So x to the third, okay, that didn't do anything. 2 terms. Oh, difference of squares, difference of squares. Again, have your help sheet handy. Whether you printed it off, whether you wrote one up like I did here on a note card, that stuff is fair game on this. A plus B, A minus B. More factoring over here. Let's see here. Multiply number is plus, which means they can both be plus or they can both be minus. They're both minus. And again, when the signs are the same, multiply to this, add to this. What multiplies to 16 and adds to 8? 4 and 4. And now we're getting ready for the fun part, which is get our frustrations out, just start zapping stuff. Now, when you're zapping stuff, one set of parentheses for one set of parentheses. When I do x minus 4 and x minus 4, I don't get to get rid of all of them. If there was another x minus 4 somewhere, I could. But it's one for one when you're canceling. X to the thirds, that's fine. I can cancel those. So I got, let's see here, x minus 4, x plus 4. Oh, don't lose that 5. Not the same. Do not cancel them. Do it. All right. X minus 4 divided by 5x plus 4. We're good. All right. All right, so we did the multiplying. What do I got here? Okay, we're going to do this one. You're like, Hardy, you're on overkill with the multiplying. No, you need to know your, your factoring issues. And so this is absolutely a good thing to do. And you're getting more practice out of me. You're getting help with more things. There's no dilemma to that. And this one, we got a special twist that I want you to see. So it's worth doing. Okay, here's the good news. First terms, nothing I can factor out. So I'm going to leave those alone. The rest of the stuff, you've got to be seeing this stuff at this point and starting to recognize it. Like here, two terms, you're always going to be thinking squares for the most part, unless they just have something in common. X and 4. A plus B, A minus B. Now, be careful. Some of you are going to freak out when you see this one on the bottom. You're going to be like, well, wait a minute. We haven't done anything with cubes. You're right, but take a closer look. Do all three of those terms have something in common? They do. So I'm going to take a second here. They all have an x. Go with the smallest exponent. So we're just going to subtract an exponent from each of these. But then I got to look again and go, oh, crap. I can factor that now. So I keep the x out there. Multiply and add. All pluses. Multiplies to 4 and adds to 5. 4 and 1. Okay, but don't lose that extra x. That's the type of thing that I'd do, and then your answer's wrong. You're like, ugh. So again, what cancels? X plus 4, x plus 1. What have I got left? X minus 4. Oh, don't lose that x. X minus 6. Now, that's the only singleton x that cannot cancel with this. These cannot cancel because they're in parentheses. They're bonded and they're not identical. If there's ever been anything in your academic life where detail is more important, I would like you to tell me about it, because this is getting you into nitty-gritty little things. Woo! All right. Last stuff. Oh, rational expressions. Oh, dear. All right. Last couple to deal with, and we've done a lot of these recently, so hopefully we're ready. We'll see. Okay, let's see. LCD help sheet. Oh, I got all the help sheets ready here today. All right, move this up a bit. Now, coefficients. I have one. It's just 7, though. So 7 is going to be part of this. Okay. Variables, smallest exponent. The exponent's 1 on each of these. Okay, so that's what I've got. And now again, it goes back to the question of How do I get from here to here? So we've already got the 3 and the 9. Well, already I've got everything. I've got the 7, I've got the x. Okay, so we said before, I can just put a 1 in there then. I don't need anything else. And then I do the same thing for my next piece. I've got the x. Ooh, I didn't check off the 7. So the 7 goes up here. Just do it in pieces. Do it in pieces, you'll be fine. So this is what we're working with. We got 3 minus 9 times 7 is 63 over 7x. 3 minus 63 is negative 60 over 7x. 7 doesn't go into 60, so negative 60 divided by 7x. Let's see how we're doing. Hey, we're rocking. We're rolling. Now, this is just me, okay? If you look at Delta Math for help videos here, or you look at Delta Math for the example, like the way they worked it out, they're going to do it slightly differently than I do. I like to find the common denominator first, then build the numerator. They like to do it all at once. I'm not a fan of that personally. I think it makes it harder. But again, if that clicks better for you, use it. I'm never going to be offended if you find a better way of doing something for you. All right, one last one. I want to find something. I'm not going to do that to you. Ooh, subtraction. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, last one. Then I'm going to let you loose here, unless you end up having questions for me, which is fine. I will always be willing to try and help out with those. But I did want to get a funky subtraction one in here for us. All right. So like we have done in the past, if I look at a denominator and I see it as factorable, or I even think it's factorable, I need to tackle that first. Fortunately for me, everything's plus. So multiplies to 14 and adds to 9, 7 and 2. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to see it. So what's my common denominator going to be? Well, let's see. No coefficients. No single variables. And again, if you run into that, that's what you have this for. Use them. Take advantage. I'll admit, it's the one thing with the pandemic where you have an advantage. If we were doing this regularly, I wouldn't let you be using all these help sheets and stuff like that, but I want to help, okay? So take advantage. And let's look at this fraction by fraction here. I got the x plus 7. I don't have the x plus 2. Put it in there. Because again, if those would cancel, I get back to here. Go to the next one, x plus 7, x plus 2. Everything cancels. So if everything cancels, we just do the 1. We're ready to get to one fraction here. So 3x plus 6 minus 7x. The negative is there. Or again, you can put the negative here and make that plus. Like terms. Ooh, we're going to test something out here. 3x minus 7x plus 6. Okay, I'm going to do something that I know some of you would do. Okay, just because it happens. I need to look at this problem and say, hey, can I factor this anymore? Because I want to see if there's something I can cancel. And I notice I could take a 2 out of there. So if I take out a 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Okay. Now, would Delta Math accept this as an answer? And we know the answer to that from some other problems we've done. The answer is going to be no. They're going to say it's not simplified. And they're right. So here's what I want to test out. We're going to test this answer out. You're like, test it out? What? Why? How could that be wrong? Because I'm wondering if they're thinking I need to take out, oh, wait, make sure I type this in right. I need to be taking out a negative. So let's see. see how this plays out. Again, if you ever have questions on a review, on a test, on anything with these, please, please, please take a picture with your phone, screenshot it, do something to show me, and we can work these out. So, all right, let's make sure I typed it in. Yes. All right, let's see if they like me or not on this. Okay, they do. Now, here's the interesting thing. Take note of something. Delta math, it looks like, actually would have taken this as an answer since nothing else canceled. Now, I still think you want to go ahead and do this because you don't know if something's going to cancel here or not until you do it. But it's nice to see Delta Math is perfectly willing to take either of those as an answer. Thank goodness. Okay? That is going to do it for our review on this. The quiz itself, again, is going to be similar. You're like, how similar, Hardy? I want to know these things. Okay? Actually, I can tell you this. Hang on just a second. All right, where's our quiz? Right there. Okay. There are 8 questions on the quiz. Just 8. Okay. Not going to be a terrible thing by any means. Just got to work through there. So hopefully this takes care of things for you. Again, if you have questions, not Sunday at 3:48, but before then, shoot them my way. I'll do everything I can to help. We'll get you set. But again, on Delta Math, remember, 1 shot on the test. Multiple shots in the review if you want, 1 shot on the test. So take your time and be ready. We'll see you next time.